I can blame it on my menopausal brain, but I've been this way my whole life. I get so excited about everything that I do. So I'm a very hyper type of person, and whenever I try something different, I get really excited. And one thing I'm really trying to work on in my own personal life and on YouTube is not to always say, I'm never gonna do this again, or I'm never gonna do that again, and then I turn around and do it. It's just something I have always had to work with because I'm very boisterous, I'm very excitable, and I have a lot of interests. So it was brought to my attention last week about how I change things up so much and how I'm always saying I'm not going to do something and then I end up doing it. So I'm really working on that in my life, and I thank you guys. Most of you probably don't even think about it. Maybe some of you are like me. But I just get really excited, and I try now to think before I speak. So I don't want to say I'm never going to prep again, or I'm not going to say I'm never going to do this again, and then turn around and do it again. It's just something I don't know. I just get very excited. Another thing I want to share with all of you is my channel is a hodgepodge of a lot of things. I have a lot of interests. I do a lot of stuff. This channel is never going to be stagnant. In other words, you're never going to see 7 days a week the same thing. It's very hard to keep a channel fluent, and it's very hard to keep a channel interesting. I love a lot of things. I'm interested in a lot of things. My videos are going to reflect that because I am a fly-by-night person. Like, I'm just like here, 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 here. Now, I don't have ADHD. I don't have, any of that. I'm just a person who has a lot of interests, and I love doing a lot of things. Plus, I don't want my channel to become stagnant because I make a living on YouTube, and it has become extremely difficult. My revenue now is 80% less than what it was at my high points in my life. So even though I love to make videos, I do make a living with these videos, and I do have a lot of interests. I try to make my titles interesting for you. I've always had a hard time with my titles because I do so much in a video. And so my titles, I'm trying to be better at showing you exactly what the video is about, but yet not tell you everything. So it's very hard to come up with title ideas because I'm doing so much at one time. I want to say a very special thank you to all of you who still watch my videos after so long. I say this over and over again, but because if it wasn't for you, I don't know what I would do. Literally, I don't know what I would do. And I thank you guys so much for that. I have really shared a lot of my personal life on YouTube, and sometimes I shared things that were premature. I don't know how to say it. I'm just gonna go out and say it. Like when my husband started working at home, there was times where things just did so well, and now there's times that things aren't doing quite so well. And the minute he's doing well, I'm like blabbing to the world, because I get so excited. And see, I've always seen you guys as my friends. I haven't seen you as the public, and maybe I should see you more as the public, but then that wouldn't be who I am. So I've always seen you as my best friends, really. And so I would just share with you immediately whenever something was different in my life. But what happens is my life is very fluent. So one day to the next, my life can become so different. And then I used to have that in my videos. 1 minute I was this, and the next minute I was poor, and then I was this. It simply was because my life is so different. I don't have a very boring life. I have a very unusual life. And when you work with social media and you work with other people, your life can become very different overnight. At times on my YouTube channel, I was an overnight sensation. I'm talking quite a few years ago. And then all of a sudden, the crickets, you don't hear nobody. I'm dead and buried in the YouTube world. And then, that's how it is. And that's how it was, when my husband started his job and everything was going so amazing. And then, after a little bit, it didn't quite go quite as well. But this is what I will say about all of this is life is a journey. And you know, the saying is, life, it's not the destiny, it's the journey to get there. And so for me, it is the journey. And I don't think I'll ever quite get there, wherever there is. But for me, it's the journey of it. And so I'm going to try to be more careful when I talk about things and I don't get so excited and say, I'm not homesteading anymore. Because when I said that, I didn't mean it how it sounded. I didn't mean it how it sounded. I was just so tired, and I thought my life would be so much easier. Well, it didn't quite work out that way, and my life is still extremely hardworking. So, anyhow, I just got to take it one day at a time and not get so excited and tell the whole world that this is happening and that's happening, and then tell the world this is not happening and that's not happening. I'm like the roller coaster ride. Now, there is such a thing as the menopausal brain. I am not going to, you know, say there's no such thing, because there is a menopausal brain, and I definitely have it. And you definitely seen it in video. And the thing is this, I give myself a little credit because right in the midst of my menopausal moments, and it was rough, hormonal imbalances run in my side of the family. My mother had it. Hormonal imbalances is something that I had to deal with my whole life, basically. But I lost both my parents at the same time that I was having these menopausal moments. So on my videos, things were a little bit, I can laugh at it now. It was not a laughing matter, but I just was going through so much. And through the years, I am still having these menopausal moments. Now, I give myself credit. I don't have the reaction videos where they said this about me. How could they do that? I don't do that anymore, but it's just, I still have my menopausal moments. That's all I can say. And if you're a man and you don't know what I'm talking about, find yourself extremely blessed. If you're a woman and you don't know what I'm talking about, find yourself extremely blessed. If you're a woman that just knows a little bit of what I'm talking about, you can understand. Oh my, it's just interesting. You know, you learn so much about things in life, but one thing you don't, at least I didn't know anything about, was menopausal moments, and just how your brain is in a fog, and how, you know, it's just hot flashes and 100-degree weather, and you feel like you're gonna die and suffocate. And now I am on the other end of everything, and I do feel really good normally, but I still have my moments where I put out a video every single day, and you know, when I put these videos out every single day, of course you're gonna see some days where I'm a little bit, you think, okay. So in the one video, I guess somebody, or maybe a few people, I don't know, thought I was all over the place. I didn't think I was, but I guess maybe I was. My children, I ask them, I say, well, how do I seem? Do I seem different over this time? And then they're like, well, no, sometimes you seem a little more edgier. Now, this was about 6 months ago. And they said, no, you seem back to normal now. And I'm thinking, wait, what was wrong with me before? It's just crazy. But yeah, I did have my edgy moments. And, you know, I had all the reason to be edgy over just people saying stuff, and, you know, just trying to push my buttons. And no, they still do, trust me, I still get it. Nothing's changed in my life except for me. And I just now laugh about it and think, you know what, the people that are trying to push my buttons, they don't have the courage to do what I'm doing. They don't have the courage to be on camera. They don't have the courage to do all of the things that I am doing, and that puts it all into a different perspective. But I'll tell you one thing, I will never want to be a Hollywood star, that is for sure. And I would never want to be the people in the news that you hear today. And I can't imagine what it would be like to be in the public eye to the point where I just couldn't imagine that. So I am really happy in life. I am very excited. I My life is pretty much consistent these days as far as I don't have any drama in my life. I wake up, I do all the kind of things that I like to do. I like to read books, but then when I read books, I get really excited, and you know, I get these highs, and you know, I want to share it with all of you. And I love learning, and I love understanding about things, and that's just my nature. So, you know, life is a little bit tricky at times, and I don't stress as much as I used to. I used to lay in bed and not be able to sleep because I was concerned about money and how, you know, what happens if this would happen or that would happen. And while my circumstances aren't the best, they aren't the worst, and you know, I just keep pressing on. And I realized through all of it that God takes care of us, and because I'm a born-again Christian, that's my beliefs, that God will take care of me, and He always has. You know, He hasn't taken care of me early, but He never was late. And so that's the thing I think about in life. You know, He was never late. It was always right on time. And so I do the best that I can. I share the best of my ability with all of you. I be who I am. Silly, immature, bubbly, 99% happy, because that's how I am. And it's me. So it's Homestead Tessie. My channel is Homestead Tessie, and that means it's me. It's not about Homestead Tessie Prepper, Homestead Tessie Mobile Home. You remember all of those years I used to change my name all the time? You gotta understand, even at birth, I had a bunch of different names because I was adopted and all. Anyhow, but I am Homestead Tessie. So that's the very many layers of me, and I'm really progressing though. I do really feel good about how I have learned a lot about my life, and how I continue to learn more about my life and about me and about people and about, you know, the way I think. And right now, you gotta understand, my channel is all about sharing my life. I don't care about the public of it. I don't care about what people think as far as the world out there. Of course, you guys who have been my core audience and my core friends, you know, what you think matters to me, but you know what I mean. I'm not trying to chase after people to have them like me. I'm not trying to chase after people to come to my channel and to, you know, do this and do that, because let's face it, you've seen my face for many years. I'm not a newcomer on this stage. I'm not a newcomer on this platform. I'm not going to ever be a newcomer again. I can't, you know, resurrect myself into somebody totally different. It's my face, you know, unless I get a different face, you know. So let's face it. I've been there, I've done it. I've done just about everything in life that I possibly could do, because that's how I am. I live large, I live big, I love life. And now we're just gonna enjoy the things that I like to do, the journeys that I'm on, and all of that. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. You know, menopausal brain is something about it. I can't use that as an excuse because I've always been this way. But with that being said, I'm sure there is some menopausal brain activity going on inside me, but I'm zany, I'm unusual, and I'm me. And I'm Homestead Tessie. Bye. Oh, to all of you, I'm just plain old Tessie.